It's mighty funny, you know what I'm saying, that I been going to the state capitol over the years, leaving my songs. You know what I'm saying? They may lie and say that I haven't. You know what I'm saying? But I've been, over the last 25 years, I've been going. I have video and pictures of it. You know, me walking around in the state capitol, trying to go talk to my representatives. At one point I was nominated and wanted a sponsor, needed a sponsor, because I'm poor. Nobody would sponsor me. Been going to the Oklahoma Indian Clinic for the last 20 years. No one's ever asked me, hey, I would always tell them, they said, what do you do, James? I'm an artist. Oh, why wouldn't somebody like the Advocate, that, you know, that when they told me they was going to give me a $50 debit card if I took the COVID shot, you know what I'm saying, that you know, I was like, right before my birthday. That's how inconsiderate and how I've been treated here in Oklahoma City. Right before my 57th birthday, like a month before. You know what I'm saying? They told me if I took that second COVID shot, I videotaped everything, that they was going to give me a $50 debit card. I needed it. Don't you know, as soon as I got ready to take the shot, she said, we don't have no more. I'm sorry. Basically what she said. I was in a state of shock. I was hurt more than anything, but then I started fighting back. Quit that. Then I started fighting back. And then I said, don't do that. Don't do that. And then I said, see, I got cats that I have to keep in cages because this man next door has been poisoning my animals and, you know, throwing meat over the, you know, I told him don't feed my dogs. I had to call the police to tell him to make them, and he'll still feed them because his fence is right there. You know what I'm saying? And the man was so disrespectful, he'd be walking up under my windows, you know what I'm saying? And his wife told me, that's a mutual walkway. I want you all to see what she called the mutual walkway up under my windows, clearly my path. You know what I'm saying? She said it was a mutual walkway, and I said, oh no, I got to put a fence up. You know, I can't even sleep in my room without worrying about nobody peeking through my windows and listening and with a cup up against the wall on what I'm doing inside my house. And if that ain't, you know, how I've had to live, not to mention everything else that I would talk about. And what confuses me is the times that I would go to these museums, like the one on Lincoln, and tell them I'm an artist. They had no interest in me. I told them I'm a Native American artist. They didn't even want to see my work. I'm wondering if Oklahoma City was planning on getting rid of me some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? And then stealing all my artwork, because I seen how the adult protective services went off inside this old Indian woman's house. She was an artist like me. She was one of my friends. She had a different medium, but she was an artist. I'm wondering if they got that stuff and they're going to put it in these museums. You know, I'm wondering if they're stealing Native American art, you know what I'm saying, and, you know, waiting until they die and going off into their house and going to put all of that stuff inside these museums. I don't know what's going on, man, but Oklahoma City has never been interested in my artistic abilities. Nobody has. You know what I'm saying? The only person that's interested in my artwork is the people next door that's been breaking in my house, you know, with his police tags on the back of his car. He thought I forgot about that. He thought I'd forgotten that he had police tags, and somebody in this neighborhood had the nerve to tell me he could work for the water department. You know what I'm saying? He could, you know, work for the city. And if they think I'm a lunatic, they told me, they said, I mean, I know for a fact my cousin used to be a dispatcher for the Oklahoma City Police Department. You got to be a dispatcher. You got to be, you know what I'm saying, one of those officers that be giving you tickets downtown. You got to, in some capacity, work for the Oklahoma Police Department to have an Oklahoma City Police Department badge on your tag, driving around with it. In other words, I would go as far as saying if somebody had that tag and didn't work for the police department and they'd be riding around like that, they're impersonating a police officer. Why hasn't anybody been interested in that? What about I've seen stories about people playing like they're officers and taking people off and killing them and raping them and all that type of stuff. I wouldn't put nothing past this man next door, especially how he's been doing me. You know something? There's a lot of people that know me over the last 5-6 years. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, you know, I've been staying away from people, but the people that do know me, you know what I'm saying? that's met me lately over the last 10 years, they ain't gonna tell you that I'm a liar. They may tell you that they don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Because I got an attitude. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna tell you I'm a thief. They ain't gonna tell you that I hurt people. You know what I'm saying? And want to do it. That's my path in life, is going around hurting people and lying on them and shit. And I bet you right now, really, anybody that knows me ain't gonna tell you nothing. Even if they don't like me, they ain't gonna tell you nothing like that. These people next door want my artwork. The woman done already told me she want my mermaid. I was in a state of shock when I said, ma'am, this took me, 30 years to find. You know what I'm saying? I almost drowned when I found it. And I was telling her all this type of stuff, and then she was just listening to me, and all of a sudden she said, ooh, I want that, and looked me straight in my eyes. I said, ma'am, I can't give you this. You know what I'm saying? I can make something for you. I'm glad I never made anything for them. Right now I have like 40 pieces of original artwork that I made. I stopped making stuff about 10 years ago because I had to work. Wouldn't it have been wonderful to have somebody sponsor me here in Oklahoma City and let me enjoy the luxuries of, having my water on, just some kind of peace. Everybody need it. And it's a shame that you got to build a barricade in the center of your yard. You got to build a barricade to keep your neighbor from poisoning your animals and training them to be vicious. You know what I'm saying? I had a rabbit back here. I had him for like 4 years, and all of a sudden he was just dead, rock hard. I'm wondering if he poisoned it. I wouldn't put nothing past that man. Because like I said, here's the kicker. Who's willing to take a lie detector test? That man's mind is messed up. You know what I'm saying? But what about his wife? I'd be willing to take a lie detector test on everything I've been saying. You know what I'm saying? And maybe if I would take them to court, maybe somebody would come to my defense that know those people, because I guarantee you, this is what I know. It was crazy. It was kind of funny, have a young person, like a 30-year-old, start telling me about people, and I'm almost 60 years old. Isn't that kind of disrespectful for a 30-year-old or even a 40-year-old to tell an almost 60-year-old man about people? But one thing I do know, a person that would do me like they've been doing me, they got a history of doing people like that. So, one day, people gonna come out of the woodwork over them and start saying, hey man, he ain't lying. That's another thing I got to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? One day soon, some people gonna see this that know them, and they gonna say, man, you better believe everything that man is saying. That's just a puppy. That's how he barked at them when they started rolling their eyes. You hear how that dog bark this in? That's like a friendly bark. His tail is wagging. The people next door that's been doing me like this, they were basically telling me my dog couldn't bark like that at them. The dog didn't go no farther than that barricade. He wasn't up against that fence. He's just a puppy. He don't know them, but he know they ain't no good. You know what I'm saying? That's why dogs can read. Dogs got better senses of people than people do. But anyway, I think this is going to be the last message. I normally working, all day. I can't go on that side no more. You know what I'm saying? God told me don't go over there, you know what I'm saying, until something's done about this. You know what I'm saying? So now I got to neglect that part of my yard. Because I wanted to go over there and clean up. And then the dog doo-doo's going to accumulate more in this area, and I got to try to clean it up more. I mean, if you know how them people done worked to me since I've been here, and God told me the whole time that if something had happened to me, he called. I was wondering why the police stopped me over there on 17th. Because, I was thinking it was because of my Indian tags and me being black. Now I think because of his connections with the Oklahoma City Police Department, I believe he called them on me and said, this nigger's riding around in this, car with Indian tags on it. He ain't Indian. You know what I'm saying? You stop him and take him to jail. You know what I'm saying? And so they can come inside my house and steal all my things. You know what I'm saying? They know I'm here by myself. So they've been planning on breaking in my house and stealing all my things. You know what I'm saying? For a long time. Because they done already broke in it once. Excuse me. I didn't mean to say that. Forget once. I guarantee you they done came in my house 10 or 15 times without my permission. I guarantee you they have. You know what I'm saying? I was gone for too long and that window was open. That I barricaded all the doors. I said, man, they ain't gonna know. They're watching me climb in and out of my window. I'm like, man, there's no way that they're gonna, disrespect me like that by coming in my window. But, you know what I'm saying, they did, and they didn't care about, disrespecting me. They wanted this house. I guarantee you, if somebody would go do a public record search, they've been down to the, the courthouse, county assessors, and been trying to get this house. Somebody in their family, or either him, been down there inquiring about the taxes on. He told me. He said, who's paying the taxes on your house? You didn't know Indians don't pay taxes? Did you know that? I don't have to, why is he so worried about me? I don't care nothing about that man with his business. You know what I'm saying? I know he need to leave me alone now. Amen to that. Look at my beautiful cats. And they love me, and my dog is gonna love them. They're gonna get along. They're not gonna be, trying to bite nobody unless they come in this yard and try to hurt me. That's how it's gonna be. All righty then. What a wonderful day, and that's my story. I had to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? But see, they didn't know that God's gonna protect me. I pray every day. You know what I'm saying? I'm a walking prayer. I'm gonna put on the full breastplate of the Almighty. You know what I'm saying? Where no one can hurt me. Amen. What a wonderful day the Lord has made.